Göbekli Tepe is being cast as the oldest temple in the world, and indeed that probably is the case, certainly as far as what we've discovered so far. It's a series of circles of stone, not like the megaliths of Britain or Western Europe, but they're actually T-shaped carved pillars that are actually put to represent almost like the spokes of a wheel. So, you know, a different angle to the, let's say, Stonehenge or whatever. They were constructed around 12,000 years ago, which was right at the very end of the last ice age, at a time when the rest of the world was hunter-gatherers, and in theory had no particular interest in each other or settling down. And yet here, over an area which covers an entire hillside and probably stretches even further, are so far 5 uncovered structures, and possibly as many as 15 still waiting to be excavated. And the trouble with Göbekli Tepe is that there is absolutely nothing like it anywhere else in the world for that date. As to the age of Göbekli Tepe, carbon-14 dating happily places it in the area of between 9,500 BC and 10,000 BC. There seems to be no doubt about this, plus the stratigraphy of the actual location, the artefacts being found and the context places it well within this framework. So there is no problem as far as dates here. I mean, you know, you're dealing with hard evidence. I mean, somebody that might suggest, let's say, that the Sphinx is older than the conventional dating of 2,500 BC is in pure speculation territory. It might be older than has been suggested. It might be just a few hundred years older. It could be 10,000 years older. Whatever, it's all speculation because there is absolutely no hard evidence. At Göbekli Tepe, it's definite that this dates to almost 12,000 years. It's possibly even older. They haven't even reached the bottom layers of some of the structures that they're uncovering. And I mean, this is a problem for a lot of archaeologists, and for several years it was virtually ignored by other than the small community that have actually been working on it, who are German archaeologists, led by Professor Klaus Schmidt of the German Archaeological Institute. And he's been, you know, openly dating this date of as I say, 10,000 BC. When a number of his contemporaries say, oh, you know, you sure you should be saying this? Well, of course, the carbon-14 dating backs that up. But this is a very important time in human history, because it's almost certain now that around this time there was a comet impact, or certainly a comet that fragmented, probably over the North American continent, and caused mass devastation, not just to North America, but almost certainly to other parts of the world at the same time. And this would have affected the ancient world. It would have affected the Near East, where Göbekli Tepe is. It would have affected Egypt. It would have affected, well, virtually everywhere in the world. And the impact of that is crucial to understand if you need to start interpreting what Göbekli Tepe is all about. I mean, it's pointless, for instance, in saying, oh, there's a bull there, therefore maybe it's aligned to the constellation of Taurus, you know, or, oh, look, there's a snake there, maybe it's aligned to Draco, you know, or Serpentius or something like this. You can't look at it that way because there are so many different types of animals, most of which don't generally feature in symbolism of later ages, that, you know, you've got to create a theory.